Dude, he just farted directly into the microphone.
Wow. Impressive.
No.
And Kanan,
Impressive.
and then he wondered why I put my name on all of my gear. Because I saw him, as soon as we got this equipment, he immediately started farting into the microphones. And I was like, I'm not going to have my mouth up to his butt.
Three, two, one.
Get ready, set, go.
And we're in the house.
Car crash. What was that?
Stop being jealous. You're just jealous.
Oh, is this thing on? I'm tired of singing. I cannot seem to get the stamina that I need.
I cannot get enough volume.
Speaking of, my dad said that at a church that the volume guy goes to, and it was really embarrassing.
Well, he doesn't know. I mean,
No,
that
Dad
saying,
does not know.
for people that don't know, that saying comes from a guy, a preacher that has an extreme amount of volume, who one day said, I can never get enough. It sounds so much better in my head. Man, I'm so off on these buttons. But yeah,
Yes,
he doesn't
you
know.
are.
He doesn't know that we're talking about him when we say
No.
can't get enough volume.
And we meet it with all niceness.
we're not making fun of
We
it.
are
It's
not
funny.
making fun at all. It's absolutely hilarious.
Struck me as funny when I heard it.
Yes.
All right, well, it's a normal crew. I'm half asleep, I think. There's something up here today. My ADD is really kicking in.
It sure is. It's ADHD because you were
Well,
like,
we'll kick it off with the introductions. We have the red-headed wonder, my brother's wife, Missy.
I'm here.
All right,
And I
all
got
right.
bangs.
Very
I
good,
got
very
bangs.
good.
No, I'm kidding.
Very good, man. Very good.
We have the honorable H.C. Heskett in Indiana.
Johnny. What's up, man?
I bet you are sweating over her right now. She's got some sexy feet.
over here right now.
She's got some sexy feet, doesn't she?
If angels
Very
drove
sexy
cars, she would still be mad. It's the road rage queen, Mariah Heskett. I nailed that with no stutters
nail
or
that
nothing.
Good.
All right, all right.
You know what? You didn't do any of this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not working hard.
I'm working more hard.
There it is. There it is.
That was my husband, the bearded mountain man.
Oh, that.
Never mind. I
She did
My-
that.
was trying.
My brother-
trying.
From now on.
My brother that wanted to look like Scott Grover, and he turned out looking like the guy that ate Scott Grover. This is Phil Sparks.
Oh, dude.
Who's left?
Great.
Who's
Kanan.
Who's left?
Did you
No,
get
he's left
Kanan?
Kanan.
Yeah, I got Kanan.
You got Kanan?
You,
Is he the only
John, you're
one?
left.
Just me. I'm not doing my own introduction.
They
Somebody
call
else
him
got to do
the
it.
fireman. Yes, that's his name.
Oh, there it is.
He's too busy sliding down the pole.
Oh.
Pull.
Oh, man, that sounds so bad.
When they wax the pole, though, it kind of
Okay.
catches the crotch hairs. So you got to.
Oh, dang. That was not what I
tell you something.
expected.
Oh.
That would burn going down.
What'd you say, Kanan?
That would burn going down, wouldn't it?
Do they still use fire poles?
Nope. Insurance will not allow you to put them in new firehouses.
No way.
Really?
Yep.
See,
can't
that
do
was
it
the
no more.
only reason why they were good looking, because they would just go sliding down those poles, and now
They're
that's
basically.
done.
What's
Is
the matter with you?
anybody else hot?
It's hotter than
I am a
hell's
little warm
hinges.
up
in
It
here.
feels like Satan's crotch right here.
Turn that fan around.
Oh.
It's like an ice box in here, so.
Yes, I like it in this nice box.
Well,
Dude.
it's hot for me all the time because I'm now on thyroid medicine that makes me feel like I'm in menopause, and I didn't realize.
What'd you say?
No, I'm not the sexy individual.
John's
No.
hollering about thyroids over there.
My
That
husband,
feels
on the
better.
other hand.
That feels much better.
Hemorrhoids, what?
Hey!
Now I'm going to put that right in your face. How about that?
Oh, man.
You mean more like asteroids?
Oh my lord.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Well, all right.
dude, he just farted directly into the microphone.
Wow. Impressive.
And Kanan,
Impressive.
so, and then he wondered why I put my name on all of my gear. Because I saw him, as soon as we got this equipment, he immediately started farting into the microphones. And I was like, I'm not going to have my mouth up to his butt recording podcasts.
I learned that technique from the best, though. So
that takes kissing to a whole new level.
Kanan made it funny.
Can I say real quick, on the last show that we just put out, Kanan farts right in the beginning of it.
Yes, he does.
And he said a line that I completely didn't catch, but when I was editing, he's like, those my anal lips. Those my anal lips.
There's actually sometimes I put in a line and you guys don't hear it, and I'm like, he'll catch that in editing.
Yes. Dude, I crack up editing these shows.
He stays up till 2 o'clock in the morning editing this stuff and just laughing his butt off while I'm trying to sleep.
So tell me, guys, what'd you all do this weekend?
Well, I found out I had ADD.
I think it's more like ADHD.
Is it
Yeah, you have ADHD.
Okay.
No, I don't think I got the hyperactive.
Yes,
part.
you have ADHD.
Bill, you do.
Do you
If
think
you
so?
have to do like 3 things at once, and like you're constantly
kinda
doing
do.
something, and you have to be moving all the time. You have to be doing like 4 things at once for you to even focus on something.
I found out it was
that's
bad
true.
too.
I don't. I've noticed that even when you're sitting, you're playing on your phone or something. You can't really just seem to sit. Like you gotta be doing something.
If I'm at work and I don't have something to listen to on my phone, like if my Bluetooth headphones go dead or something like that, I almost panic. Like the thought, and I know it's an addiction. I need to break. What you guys do? My God.
Clinicals.
Clinicals.
I put in 24 hours in the ER Friday and Saturday.
You're about to finish. You're getting close to that.
I did 42 hours in 3 days.
This is now finals week.
What are you doing clinicals for, John?
Paramedic class.
Oh, so you're going to be a paramedic?
Yep. This is actually this is now finals week of the second semester. I've only got 1 more to go.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
You like that? Don't you?
I do. I love that one. I found out which
I
one
tell
it
you
was.
what. So they offer the paramedic program in a 2-year associate's degree. But they also, I'm like, I'm not going to college for 2 years because I could be a nurse in 2 years, not doing it. So I took the 1-year program. It's only like about 9 months total because you have the month of May and the month of August off. And we graduate at the end of November. So we are cramming everything into 9 months. Every single topic, every type of medical issue, every type of trauma. So it's been crazy.
What about you guys, Mariah? Ken, what did you guys do over the weekend?
Matthew McCurry actually came out.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. I ain't seen him in years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And he came out, so we went golfing on Saturday. It turned in, we played a little. We stole a few holes together. And
that sounds like a fun time.
It was fun. It was fun.
So, Ken, are you any good at golf?
Not really, but I really enjoy the game.
Ooh, I am, though.
Are you really?
We had such a good weekend. It was so nice.
We ended up we got a little bit dishonest and ended up stealing holes. And what I mean by that is we only paid for 9, but that golf course was such a crappy golf course and they didn't take care of anything that like we literally was like, well, we'll just drive one to the 10th hole and see if anybody notices. Well, then nobody noticed. We're like, okay, well, we'll try the 11th hole, see if anybody notices. Dude, we got to like the 15th hole, dudes, and they never did notice. We actually just got to feeling bad for being dishonest and left.
That's a lot of
That's the only
holes.
thing you could ever feel bad for.
Oh, dude, we had to use his lane assist
How
car just to get us home.
difficult is it? Because I have never even swung a golf club in my life. How difficult is it to get it
It's
to
actually
go where
really
you want
hard.
it to go?
It is very difficult. It has so much to do, even just the way you like your stance, your swing, your arms. I mean, where your head is at. I mean, everything about it, dude. It is very difficult. It's not easy.
Tell them about your gadget you guys made.
Ooh, tell me about your gadget, dude.
Oh, dude.
This is cool.
So, this wasn't my idea, man. Matt had the idea of taking a golf ball, drilling a hole through it, hooking a fishing pole to it, hit the golf ball goes flying, and then you start reeling in the pool, man, and you never lose your golf ball.
That's a pretty good idea. Now,
It was pretty cool.
That was genius.
I know nothing about the
Yeah.
sport of golf, but would it mess up with like the trajectory of your golf ball?
It didn't. Now, we didn't do that for like an actual game. That was just for practice.
Yeah,
so we
just
could keep
for-
hitting that,
yeah.
just for practice.
That's
It
a good
actually
idea.
sailed pretty good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually, next time we get together, we ought to just get together and hit a few. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I could give it a shot. There's a lot of guys at work and that I'm around. They're into it, but I never have really give it a try.
Yeah,
It's like
is.
it's really satisfying.
it really
honestly.
is. It's satisfying. It's a lot of fun. I think you guys really enjoy it.
I gotta get me some left-handed clubs.
The funny thing is, like, you guys were talking about golfing. Our pastor was talking about golfing.
Yeah, you just went golfing for the first time.
And like first time in like 50 years. He's been avoiding it for 50 years. And he said
dang.
his was it son-in-law and his
Mhm.
was it father-in-law?
No, his son-in-law took him.
Son-in-law and who
Yeah,
else?
Just him.
No,
Yeah, him and his son-in-law went.
there's 3 people that were there.
There's 2 people.
Are you sure?
Yeah, him and his son-in-law went.
I'm gonna have Pastor
Tequila
Howard
adds a few
correct
people.
this.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Before we get
So,
to
so yeah, they were talking about how much he really enjoyed it, and he said, "I'm gonna go again." So that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, it
some
is.
people are just like some of the guys I've talked to at work. They're like, well, it's fun, but it's extremely challenging.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And it's and basically you challenge yourself. You're playing against yourself, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And,
I've never played golf. I've done like putt-putt golf and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
favorite one so far has been croquet. Have you ever played croquet?
La la.
when I was a kid.
I never played croquet.
Oh.
I'll tell you a
Croquet.
game.
Oh, I'm thinking of polo. That's what rich people play.
Yeah, no, polo is like
It-
rich.
Well,
Isn't
I'll tell
croquet
you-
like the same thing but without a horse?
I don't know. Is it?
That's a good question.
I think
I'm
it's
not
basically
sure.
the same thing but without a horse.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Look
so.
it up.
So here's the thing. Here's another game that I like, and it's for older people, but it's actually really fun, and that is shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard is awesome.
It's actually a lot of fun.
I've heard of it. Never played it neither.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah,
cricket. Cricket is really interesting too.
I'm good just to
Yeah,
get
never-
get away from poker.
Yeah, dude, we need to play some more poker when we get together.
Oh, I love playing a game of poker. I have
Yeah,
never
I'm with you
played
there.
You
for
can-
money, but I sure do love just sitting and play. It's a lot of fun.
We should play for pennies
$5 to
next
buy
time.
in. $5 to buy in. Up to $20. So 4 games.
See, I'd lose way too much money on that.
See,
No,
that's
let's
me.
do, like,
no,
change.
I am
Yeah,
not
do
a
change.
gambler.
I'm
I
in
am
on
not a
change.
gambler.
So
We
according
have so
to
much change.
Google, the almighty Google, croquet is nothing like polo because polo is basically like soccer on a horse.
Oh,
So like you use
Ah,
those
okay.
mallets
Oh.
to drive the ball from one end of the field to
Yes.
the other. And then, croquet,
Yes.
you've got those different little goals that you got to
Okay.
get
Yeah.
stuff in.
sport sounds extremely gay.
Nice.
Yes, very.
Cool.
No, croquet is great though. I actually used to play
Yeah.
it in California.
Yes, queen.
Queen.
Before we get too far in this episode, I want to address the response we got to the last episode that we just put out on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Facebook.
yeah, there was a
Yes.
ton.
Oh my
Oh,
lord!
my
It just
gosh.
kept kept
Absolutely.
coming in. Just kept pouring in.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Can we talk about the afterwards though, where like you and I just sat there after we did the live interaction and we were in tears.
Oh my lord!
You talk about like being a judgmental person that was in a holiness church for so long and used to judge people based on what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever you realize that, their Bible verse actually says it, and it says God looks on the inside, but man looks at the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a true statement for the holiness church. Like, it fits perfectly.
I felt like that guy. Remember when we were watching the Scientology show with Leah Remini?
Oh,
And they had that guy that used to be in charge of tearing
Yes.
people down that left, and he met somebody that got tore down. Basically, he just broke down in tears.
like their life was ruined
Oh, yeah.
because of other people from Scientology.
So as I was
Yeah.
reading these comments that were coming in, and they're like, "Yeah, there were people in the holiness movement that hurt me and said all this stuff about me or judged me," and I seeing that and realizing I used to be the one doing that. I was one of them
Yeah.
that was judging and
Yeah.
honestly, I sat and cried like a baby after it was over.
I may never have gotten maybe to the extreme that you maybe had, but I think we were all guilty of that.
You're probably
looking
right.
at somebody that maybe wore pants or cut their hair, wore jewelry, or listened to country music, and we would all be like, "Oh my!" Like they're probably a good person, but they're not on my level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They're confused.
Yep.
They don't
Yeah,
know
they're
exactly
confused.
what
And
they're
to be hon-
doing. Oh
and to
my
be honest
gosh.
with you, they probably had a better relationship than I did at that time.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
I would say they had a better relationship with God than I did.
Yas, queen.
And I just want to go on. I just want to go and say, man, I had a beautiful experience on Friday, man. It's almost kind of embarrassing to talk about because I don't really like sharing this kind of stuff. But I was going down the road on Friday, coming home from work, and I turned on the song "When God Ran." Have you guys ever heard that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's who is that? Phillips, Craig, and Dean. You know, so it's not really my style of music. You know, of course, you know me. I like rock and country. But going down the road, listening to that song, man, and thinking about God's grace, and no matter how far I go,
Yep.
no matter how busy I get, no matter how far my mind goes, man, He's always running.
Yes.
You know, to me, dude.
Yes.
And I broke down and actually started to cry, man, and felt God's presence. It was amazing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think I've actually ever had that happen to me, but it happened to me Friday, and I'll tell you what, it's I've been thinking about that all weekend.
But when those
Testify about that in church.
I should have. Maybe I will.
when those moments happen, they are beautiful. I've had them a couple times
Yeah.
where I'll just be driving and thinking about stuff like that. And like you said, just tears come to your
Yes.
eyes, and
Oh.
they're beautiful when they do happen. So to everybody that wrote in and watched the show, want to say a very heartfelt thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I think we got our message across. Let people know that you're
Think
not
so.
alone, and there is hope if you're stuck in something like this.
Yes, I got so many
Yes.
messages from people who used to be from my former church that I was a part of before I married Phil. It was, I mean, such an eye-opener to see just how many people are hurting. Like, this is a hurting world. And
Absolutely.
it's sad that the church movement has caused some of that. And so whenever I was seeing all this, and I was up till like 2, I think, in the morning. I could be wrong about the time, but it was late.
Oh, yeah.
And we were having some really deep conversations just about how hurt we'd been. And different ones were talking and said, thank you so much for saying something, because it really takes guts to say something about this, because it was so raw for us. Because it's not
Yes.
like we were
Yes, it
trying
was.
to be, bitter, like it's like
Yes.
someone
Yes.
might think, or that we were trying to bring someone down. No, we're actually trying to
Yes.
bring people up, because there's people that have been kicked aside like heathens along the side of the road, and they're just
Yes.
begging for love and begging for acceptance and begging for someone to say, does God still care? Do you still
Yes.
care?
Yep.
Because I know I was one of those ones thinking, people really just don't care about me anymore. Like, I was used as an
Yes.
example for so long, and told that I had disappointed my family and that I was just such a loser and my parents would never get over it. And whenever this stuff came out, I mean, I was like, okay, it's time to make a statement, because I'm tired of the hurt. I'm tired of living in such secrecy. It needs to come out, because it says the truth shall set you free. And that is, I don't want to start crying, but it is so real. I do feel free, and I hope some other people are feeling free as well, to be able to say, hey, help me. Like, reach out to me. Show me you care, because that's exactly why we did that episode. Not to throw stones, because,
Absolutely not.
We've all fallen. We've all sinned. We've all come short of the glory of God. And at the end of the day, it's all about Jesus, and that's why we do what we do. I'm sorry to bring
That's
it up
true.
again.
No.
but yeah,
No,
that's-
you're fine. That's actually really well said. And the thing about it is I really worried about, I was working by myself a lot right after we did that, and I just had a lot of time to think. And I was like, man,
Yeah.
I just hope people don't think that we are trying to want to argue or being bitter or whatever.
Yes.
We just really want to show people that we
understand.
We understand we're still Christians. We still, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that we just want to try to help them through this. And so, but it came across really well.
Yeah.
It came across really well.
I thought so.
It's all about mercy.
Yes.
It's all about mercy, and it's not about us.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it
Absolutely.
becomes about us, that's when, we're like, Jesus, take over, because it's not about us. We're getting ready for the life after, for a beautiful life in heaven. And that's our main goal.
Well, I can honestly say,
Absolutely.
when we got done with that show, I felt like we had left it all on the table. I was
Oh, yeah, dude.
tired after that show.
Yeah,
we
I feel like
put
Oh, yeah.
everything into it.
we
Yeah.
I feel like that we did leave it all out there, but we didn't get everything said that needed to be said.
Oh no,
No, we didn't.
There's got to be another podcast. We'll have to talk about more.
I think
There's
we should
way more.
do a part 2 to that.
Yes.
You know, like we
Yes.
could re-listen to the last one
Right.
and all together, and then just kind of pick up where we left off, so
Right.
we don't keep re-hitting on some of that stuff. But yes, I think
Yes.
we need to.
Yes.
in
Absolutely.
that same vein, as people were listening, you know, they were commenting, and Miranda actually sent us a clip.
I was going to, believe it or not, I was going to try to segue into this myself. Speaking
Phil
of,
stole your thunder.
Somebody, Miranda sent us this video of this preacher.
Shout out to Miranda.
Shout out to
Thank
Miranda.
you so much.
And I've actually got the clip here. Let's listen to this. It's a couple minutes long, but we can pause it if we need to jump in. So listen to this.
Okay.
I've told some of these boys here, I said, if you got a wife and you on the volunteer fire department, EMT and all that stuff, all that's about is adrenaline rush. And it ain't nothing but a glorified soap opera. And you don't hang around at the firehouse and with a wife at home without ending up in trouble.
Oh my.
this is the guy in the background. Amen. Just like a seal.
I bet you he's clapping his hands like a seal. He's clapping his hands like, oh. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
And that's the truth.
It is.
Some vocations are not, even though they're needed vocations or they have to be done, they're not fitting for Christians. It's nothing but a soap opera.
Oh, my. Grey's Anatomy.
Well, preacher, somebody's got to do this job. Let somebody do it. You get another one.
Oh,
Well,
my.
that sounds, crude or cruel. I'm just telling you, there's some things that is sensual.
What? Wait, what?
They're sensual.
They're sexual. What?
John, your thoughts?
Wait.
So,
As the resident firefighter.
Right.
yeah, you all know I bleed red and white, same color as a fire truck.
Yeah.
Right.
Abide. But so I was at work and she sent this to me, and I'm like, hey, you got to send this straight over to Phil at the podcast because we got to hit on this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
I listened to this. Now, I get what he's saying. There is some truth to what he's saying because
Give me an example.
I've seen it happen myself. It was
Okay.
at the first fire department I was ever in.
Okay.
It wasn't Petersburg, but we lived up around Petersburg.
Mm-hmm.
And we was all there on a meeting night, which if we didn't have anything pressing to have to do a meeting for, we would just do a work detail, and just clean up the firehouse or whatever.
Yeah.
We was all there doing a work detail. Well, a couple, there's two different people. They were both married to separate people. They went out behind the firehouse and
Got it on.
did the nasty.
Mm.
The
They did the
birthday.
sex.
Well, they
Was
were just doing some extra cleaning.
Exactly.
Plumbing. Plumbing. They're changing out the oil.
Well, yeah, cleaning.
So stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that does happen. You do
Yes.
get stuff like that. I mean, it's just going to happen because, especially if you have a bunch of sinful people around you that are not following God or anything, there's no consequences to that. So
There's no
why
morals
not?
either. Like,
Why not?
Yeah.
Would you like to be on Hillbilly Broadcast? Of course you would. Who wouldn't? If you find yourself in that category of people, please feel free to go to anchor.fm/Phil Sparks and send us a voice message, and we will play it on the show. You say, I'm more of an email guy or gal. Don't worry, we got you covered. Send an email to hillbillybroadcast@aol.com. You say, I don't like either of those options. I'm a Facebook-only individual. That's fine. Look us up on Facebook at Hillbilly Broadcast and send us something on Messenger. Well, you ask, Phil, what if I want to go the extra mile and I want to support you all? Well, I'm glad you asked that question because that is very, very easy. Go back to the first website I told you about, anchor.fm/Phil Sparks, and you can support us on a monthly basis if you so choose. We love our audience, we love audience interaction, and we will read your messages or play them on the air.
But
there's nothing to say it happens specifically in that profession.
Exactly.
It can happen in any
matter of fact, this is something that Miranda, the lady that sent this to us, she even told me, she's like, I wanted to put on there, comment on this video and say, like, there's not some guy working in an office screwing his secretary.
Oh yeah, we all know about that stereotype.
I mean,
yeah.
it happens in the church too. There'll be a church pastor screwing the church secretary. Like, it happens.
Yep.
It happens in every profession. So I kind of, like I say, I get the point he's trying to make, but I can specifically remember we had a preaching tape, of a sermon of this old preacher, and he said that a couple women in his church, I don't remember which preacher it was. Don't remember. I have no idea what church he pastored. He was an evangelist as well. And he said, well, I have a couple women in my church that are nurses. And they worked in the ER. They had to work Sundays every now and then, as we all do. It's all shift work. And said they would tell him, but when you come to the hospital, to the ER on Sunday, wouldn't you like to have a good Christian nurse taking care of you?
Yes.
He said, no, there's plenty of good sinner nurses out there that could take care of me. You need to be in church.
What if they all get saved?
No.
Exactly. That's what I'm leading into. That was my thought on the whole situation. It's like,
You stole his thunder.
it's like, okay, Phil stole my thunder for now, Canaan. You all a bunch of okay.
Dang it, boys.
But
I just,
like,
dude.
so you want everybody to be saved, right? That's your whole goal. All right?
Yes.
Okay. Even if we're all Christians, everybody in the world would be a Christian, which is never going to happen.
Right.
But if it was, that's not going to change our human anatomy. We're not going to all of a sudden not have heart attacks on Sunday.
Right.
I'm not going to get hit by another driver coming home from church on Sunday and getting a wreck. And so if everybody was a Christian, okay, all right, I'm having a heart attack. Oh, I got to wait till 12:01 Monday morning, and then I'll go into the hospital and get my heart attack taken care of.
It's so true. It's so true.
They make fools of themselves.
Yes, they do.
Because the Bible even says the church is supposed to be like a hospital. So, like, why not? You have an opportunity to witness to others and tell them about Jesus and help them out, like physically as well as spiritually. Because Jesus even said that, like, as the preacher said this morning, like the loaves and the fishes, that is what provided to the body so he can minister to the soul. Like, we have to care for the body so we can care for the soul. And like people, the churches, the Holiness Church movement, I guess you can take that out if you want to.
CHM.
CHM, baby.
CHM, that's true.
Christian Healthcare Ministries.
So they can, they like to take that out and act like it's all about the soul, which it is. But Jesus even said, if you don't care for the body, you can't care for the soul.
Yeah,
and I tell you what, Missy can attest to this. There's no better place to witness to people than when they're afraid they're going to die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
it's so true.
Yep.
They come in there and their chest is killing them, and they're having, they can't hardly breathe and stuff like that, and they think they're having a heart attack.
Yep.
That's the best time you can witness to somebody.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's true.
Or if, like,
True.
I had someone who's getting ready to die, and like they'll look at me and they'll say, "Can you pray with me?" Or and they know because like I wear a skirt, and I know people will say at different times, skirts don't, they interfere with your job. But I've had more people tell me because I wear a skirt, they're like, "I knew you were a Christian by your skirt.
Oh, that's just
Can
something
you
you've
pray
chosen
for
to
me?"
do.
Yes,
you know?
and that's me.
Yeah.
That is totally
Yeah.
me, and I'm not judging anyone who decides to wear
But it
pants
has
or
kind
whatever.
of worked out as a
But
beacon
yes,
for you.
It's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
they call me skirty at work because I wear a skirt, and they're like,
Flirty
"Hey."
skirty. Mariah, what's your thought on this kind of fundamentalism? Because did you see a bunch of this when you were a kid, or is this kind of all new to you? And
I mean, it's not really new to me. I mean, I've been raised around it. My mom was just sensible enough to not let us be part of it, and listen to it.
We always heard about the nurses and doctors and firemen and all that shouldn't be working on Sunday and all that good.
As a nurse here, I have to say something. There is some weird obsession with a nurse, I guess. I'm just gonna say example. Why don't you get with
Phil?
a doctor? No,
I'm about to have me an emergency.
Let me aid.
There's an emergency.
Oh, gracious. But there is some type of stigma around like nurses and doctors like flirting with each other, and I try to be careful when I get to like this type of conversation, because like there is a like difference between joking and then flirting with someone and then like getting across that line of being inappropriate. Because like I joke with a lot of people, and that's just how I am. But whenever you have a conversation, you're joking like inappropriately, that's when you cross the line, and you know when it's wrong. You know when it's wrong. Like, you know, whenever you're talking about like my lover over there, but never mind.
We never did cover that, by the way.
We gotta cover that. We have got to cover that.
We have to cover that, by the way.
But,
yes.
But I've
Not
seen
tonight.
that too. You know, because working EMS, you know, I get pretty close to people at the ER, especially now.
Yeah.
I'm having to do clinicals, you know, about 24 hours a week in the ER, stuff like that. That is a thing, you know, that.
Yep.
I mean, it happens a lot in the ER and stuff, like in the hospital in general, not just the ER.
I have heard of so many like first responders like ending up with nurses. Like not just your experience with your first wife, because you're going to get married again. You're going to be so happy. But besides that,
Doubtful.
Yeah, no, you'll be happy. Stop it.
Happy.
Happy. Why are we so happy? No kidding. So
Car crash pulled up.
Lord.
no. So like I've heard of a lot of stories like that, because like I work with some nurses that have ended up with first responders, and this is multiple.
Yeah, but to say
nurses.
what this preacher just said, to say that if you're a Christian, you can't work these jobs is absurd.
It really is.
Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
really
What
is.
he was saying?
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, Christians should not
I
be.
couldn't understand what he was saying.
Can you
Yeah.
go ahead and
So
finish
he
the
was-
clip, or is that all of it?
Yeah, I was all of it.
So he
Yeah.
was saying
Oh, is that all?
that, you know, if you're volunteer fireman or an EMT, is mainly what he was hitting on. I don't really think he said a whole lot about nurses, but what he was saying is all you're doing is chasing an adrenaline rush. That's all the job is.
There's nothing wrong with an adrenaline
And-
rush.
Yeah, there's
right
nothing
off
wrong
the
with
No,
that.
absolutely not.
And
So-
it's just a glorified soap opera.
Nah,
So
dude, that's
tell me
crazy.
this. He said volunteer. So is it okay if you get paid?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Hey.
Yeah.
There's always a loophole.
You know-
okay, and
Yeah.
you found it. Good job.
There was a preacher that
Thank you.
made news headlines. It's just been about a year ago or something like that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, Kanan. This guy just started tearing into his whole congregation.
Dude, yes, I have.
I've got this pulled
Really?
up, and we'll
I have
play
not
it.
heard this. I want to hear this.
Yes,
What
please,
is this?
I've
please
got-
play it. It is amazing.
This guy started off with a bone to pick with somebody, and next thing you know, he was just ripping
He is
into the
tearing
whole
his
crowd.
Son, don't go to sleep while I'm talking. Hey, don't you lay your head back. I'm important. I'm somebody.
Oh, Jesus. asshole.
Dude, I'm important.
Dude, and this is a huge church congregation too. This guy's going.
Yes, it is.
This guy's going off.
Now you might
That's
be
like
your
that one
English
guy's-
teacher that way, but
What's that? Go ahead.
I was getting ready to say that sounds like that one old boy that said, I could sing. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
I'm
I know
somebody.
you're
I
talking
can sing.
Oh,
You know, I'm
Kanan,
important.
stop.
We know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching English. I'm teaching eternal life here. I love you. You know I love you. Have I convinced you I love you?
Obviously.
Yeah. You better. You better.
I love
not
you so
forget
much I'm
this, all
beating
right?
you.
Come on, put it up there. All right. You stay awake and you listen to me.
Oh my
You
gosh.
say, well, he may never come back. Well, he ain't here now. And where have you been?
Oh mercy.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
that's brutal. No,
So this was a
seriously,
guy that was
that's
falling asleep
brutal.
during his sermon, and he just goes off. So then,
Jeez.
after this,
Oh, my gosh.
as he's ripping this guy a new butthole, he looks over and he sees somebody else that he's supposed to be doing their wedding, and then he tears into them.
Underwood.
Let's hear it.
And I noticed on the calendar I'm supposed to marry y'all. What makes you think I'd marry you?
Oh,
You're one of the
no.
sorriest church members I have.
Wait, what'd he say? What'd he say?
He said, "You're one of the sorriest church members I have."
Oh, just love us, please. I can't.
15 cents. And you want me to marry you to her? And you want to marry him? And he don't even know where he belongs? And you don't even know where you belong? Now, let me tell y'all, everybody here, how much I love these kids.
Oh, my Lord. That is so cringy.
No.
Whatever.
No.
That is so cringy when they do that.
I missed the first part where it said like 15 cents or something. Like, what was
He
you
was
talking
saying,
about?
I think he was saying they're not worth 15 cents. That guy's not worth 15 cents.
Oh my gosh.
Now let me tell you how
like,
much I love you.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that?
And he keeps going. He directs his attention off these people on the more. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he needs Jesus.
Yeah.
You, sir, stand up, big boy. Do you know I love you?
Oh.
All right. All right. Give me a little love.
He forces him to give him a hug right there.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'd have punched him.
I'm the real deal.
Oh, I'm the real deal.
Oh,
Watch this.
because of Jesus.
Bull crap.
Stop it. Stop it. We are only made perfect because of Jesus. Like, and he took all the credit. Like he was.
What
I'm the
bothers
real
me
deal.
is the arrogance.
Yes.
There is some major arrogance going on there.
Oh, that's pitiful.
Oh, he's not done yet. He's not done yet.
Oh, there's
Y'all don't
more.
want me.
Okay.
All you got to do is tell me. We won't have a church fight because I'll get my little Connie and we'll get in her little Buick Enclave. It's paid for, and we'll sell what we need to sell, and we'll go on down the road, and we'll find some little podunk church that don't know up from down, and I'll find me a dozen Joe's baskets who don't have a pot or a window and who'll shout Jesus, and I'll give the rest of my life to them. Oh, Brandy's a sweet girl, and she's got her children. Yes, y'all are good and y'all are fine, but your children will turn on you if you don't hold up the standard and the banner of God.
There's more.
And if they don't turn on you, you'll just produce nice little whirlians. Are y'all keeping the camera on me back there in the...
So now he's turning his attention on the guys in the sound booth.
Yeah, because he's saying a lot of inappropriate things, and like, good for the camera guys. I hope they say no.
Oh, no, listen, he starts roasting them. He starts roasting them too.
What?
Little video room? Good. We're having trouble in the video room. There's no one finer than young Cox back there. And he comes down here and spends hours in that thing. But he has a little attitude adjustment that we're going to fix. Brother Cox, you listening? Because Brother Cox, I can fix your attitude adjustment. Now, I don't care
Is
what
that his last name?
Yes.
Nothing like trying to fix the Cox attitude.
I thought he was.
Oh,
I thought he was just being really mean.
No, it's not quite that bad, but it's still, I mean, the
I'm
attitude on
done.
this guy.
He might as well be.
Oh, yeah. Well, he continues. Listen.
Mama thinks and your daddy thinks. And I don't have a better friend than your mama. But, Mama, you get out of my way when I'm messing with that boy because I'm his preacher. I'm yours when I'm talking to you. But I'm his when I'm talking to him.
Oh, my God.
And last I checked, he's a grown man. And that video room ain't going to be a youth hangout. We might as well just fix this thing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well,
Oh, you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, that's
well,
You
pretty
don't
obvious.
know?
you. Like, okay, I'm sorry, but like someone needs to take the blinders off that man because, like, forgive him, but he does not know how he is hurting those poor people in his church.
Oh, no.
Reminds me of the CHM.
Oh, there was time. I don't know that I ever seen it quite that bad in a service, but that same attitude. I've seen that before.
No, I've heard. I've
Got a
heard
co-host
the
there.
holiness people. Yes, I love Mr. Spider-Man in the background. Yeah, beautiful. Yes, just throwing that web. Beautiful. I hope you're rolling back there. No, but seriously, like the Holiness Church, like they always like will nitpick so many things.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of a guy, and he actually said like different ones. He would mention different things that people have done wrong in the church, and people would come like flooding to the altar crying. Now, while that's a positive response, like there's so many people that you could be hurting by doing that. So you better be led by God to be calling out people on their wrongdoings, because he who has like not sinned, let him cast the first stone.
Yeah.
Like that's Bible. So.
I think he goes on here. Let me see it first. I think we're getting close to the end, but let me see what he's saying.
if you don't know what you're doing wrong, son, you don't care about what I want to do right. Because if you loved me
making no
and
sense.
you submitted to me, you'd know what my heart is and my message is, and you wouldn't go about establishing your own kingdom in the video room.
Oh,
Lord. No.
God.
Okay,
Please tell me this guy is dead now.
No, that's the end of the clip. No, he is still the pastor of that church.
Like, first of all, I'm going to say that guy is green-eyed with jealousy because someone else was getting attention and taking it away from him. I'm seeing it like full-blown right now. Like, that's pitiful.
He made news. You can Google his name, and there are news articles from legitimate newspapers talking about how he was ripping his congregation, and he's
What's
still.
his name?
I forget his name. Do a Google search on pastor rips his congregation, but yeah, he's still the pastor there, and I think we got something here for the pastor that is very warranted.
Oh yes.
Oh, that level of arrogance, and then the whole thing of trying to convince them that he's. Oh, I love you so much.
Is it Baltimore?
Baltimore?
I don't know. His name
Calvary Baptist Church, Stacy Shiflett?
No, that's not him.
No?
It's
Okay.
this guy. It's like Bainbridge or something like that is the guy's name.
Okay, hold on. I'm be pulling it up right now.
This guy's insane.
Whoa, Jim Sandridge.
Sandridge.
Emmanuel Baptist Church.
That's him. That's him.
That's the preacher.
And I remember when I first saw this probably a few months ago, so I immediately was furious and began Googling him. He's still there. This was 8 years ago. He's still there. And what I'm thinking is, why would the congregation put up?
Yeah, exactly. Why would they not toss him?
Yeah. I mean,
that's where it comes into an issue of, okay, first he's tired of someone else taking the attention of his people. Okay, now I don't know. That's awful. I'm sorry.
It's bad. I mean, like I said, the arrogance, and then the whole thing where, I mean, you imagine how humiliated you would be. He makes that guy, after he just got done reading his pedigree, had to get up and give him a hug.
Well, see, that's the thing with me. I probably will end up causing more issues in my life that I stop, because I would not. If he'd been like, you know how much you try to reach out for a hug, I'd just been like, no, back up.
And, it's not like it was constructive criticism or something like that. It
No,
was
he
more,
he
just
was
ripping
degrading
people
the man.
apart. Yes.
Yeah. He was being
Saying he
dick.
wasn't worth
fun.
15 cents. He's degrading that man. That's
No.
ridiculous.
I bet you we can't get 50 cents off his dead body. So let's just talk about that. He's so old.
That there is once again saying like how the CHM hurt so many people. That man is hurting people too, because who wants that?
Oh, yeah, this is a bigger issue than just CHM. Oh, yeah. Well, this was kind of a relaxed foot episode.
I like this.
Pretty nice.
Especially after the deep topics. Of the last,
my gosh, that last one we got into was terrible.
Can't do those very often.
It was good,
On the body. When we got done, I was exhausted.
And a spirit, because like emotionally, Phil, like you cried for about 5 minutes, and I sat here in tears myself.
Man, I
no,
sound like such a wuss.
no, because we. No, by that I mean like we seriously. Oh gracious! No,
I about spit my drink everywhere. Wow!
The devil was fighting us so bad on that. Like my husband was asking me, "Do you want to listen over to the podcast before we let it go?" And I told him, I said, no. I said, the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, I want to take it back. But, we said what we felt because it came from our hearts, our broken, wounded hearts. And we don't mean it as an awful thing. We just meant it, to be raw and open, because that's how we are. We want to be real with you guys, and how we are with this podcast is how we are in real life. We're very, we love people, and we just want to be able to have fun and win people for Jesus. So
we got one upcoming too. It's going to be a little deep, but we'll save all that for when we get it all set in stone.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
What's this going to be about?
It's a little bit of a shaker.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it until we get everything set up.
I don't want to steal someone else's thunder, because it is their topic.
Yep.
So I'm really interested to see what he has to say.
All right, we might as well shut her down, guys.
Yes.
Everybody good? Miss John, you got anything you want to say?
No. Well, thank you for all the listeners. If you do want to send us anything, just like Miranda did, thank you so much, Miranda. We appreciate it.
Yep, we love the listener interaction. That makes it a lot of fun.
Jake as well. He's been sending
Jake
us
Sloan.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Different ones. I do have another friend. She would like to remain anonymous, anonymous. Oh, I was tongue-tied.
Try it again.
My friend would like to remain anonymous. I think I got it that time.
Yep, you got it.
There you go.
I'm working hard. I'm working hard.
But yes, no. If you would like to send us anything, or support the show or anything at all, just send it to
anchor.fm/PhilSparks to leave a voice message or become a supporter. You can send it to AOL.com/Hillbilly Broadcast. You can also find us, the Hillbilly Broadcast, on Facebook, or you can send it to me personally on Facebook Messenger.
And I would like to just send a personal shout out to our friends in Papua New Guinea. I
Oh, yeah, we got a listener over there. Yeah, man.
So, yeah, I would like to say hello.
We got to go down the list one of these days
friends.
where we got listeners. We got we've had listeners in Germany, Mexico, New Guinea, Texas, Illinois, Washington.
Yep.
They're all over the place, man.
Yep. So to all my friends,
We're a popular bunch.
all my lewas over there in Papua New Guinea. Me like him, you too must, and thank you so much for everything. We appreciate it.
Oh, that's harsh language.
Nope, it's pigeon. Pigeon in Papua New Guinea. Me like him, you too must. My lewas.
Mariah, you good? You got anything you want to close it out with?
I think we're good.
All right. Well, and Kanan had to step away. He's a very important.
Yeah, we
man.
lost the honorable.
Not again, John.
We lost the honorable H.C. Heskett.
There we go. Yeah, there it is. We lost him due to an emergency call. He had to run out and take care of somebody's home.
He has to provide
So
an
he's
angel
important.
in our lives, Jack. So it's okay. And Mariah, my lover.
Yes.
All right, we good?
Yeah. He's got to make up for all my lost hours from this past week. I had Jack with me all week long.
That's right. He's been sick. Is he okay now? Or is he getting better?
Yeah, he seems fine.
Okay, I'm glad.
He's fine now.
I was going to message you, but I completely forgot because I was up till 2:30 this morning. So
It's all right. It's been the longest week of my life.
Keep tuning in. We got several guests coming up, including Brett Carpenter. We got to get him. We got to get everything lined up with him.
Yeah.
We got Josh Ranke coming on. We got John Hopkins, Christian Evans, David.
Who's Christian Evans?
David Eicher. Christian Evans has a bluegrass band.
Yeah, so there's music.
Cool.
We go from like Southern gospel to bluegrass
Rock and roll, baby.
to a
Bluegrass,
local
yeah.
Rock and
sheriff.
roll.
Yes.
Yep.
I love rock and roll.
So we got several upcoming guests, so make sure you stay tuned. You can find us on Facebook to watch the show or anywhere you get your podcast. Look for the Hillbilly Broadcast. If that's it, for all of us here, I'm Phil Sparks. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.